Isaac and us. Give him a nice warm welcome tonight.
Thank you very much. So tonight, I'm going to talk to you about my trip that I took from January to May to the country of Oman. Oman is, I went there through Fusion. So Fusion, as you can see, is a pretty fun looking place. It's a great missions organization through the International Mission Group. So they sent us overseas to actually work with international missionaries. That's my team of guys. It actually got switched. So these guys were my original pair, or like group. As I'll talk about it a little bit later, I got switched teams. So yeah. Where is Oman located? Alright, so as you can see, the big one that says Oman is where I was. Right next to Saudi Arabia, and right northeast of Yemen, which is where there's a ton of crazy shooting and Al-Qaeda and all that crap going on. So we're going there. So we'll see where I was located most. What was the culture like? As many of us know, the Middle East is pretty tough against like women and like that whole different culture. The middle picture here is the souk, as they call it, or the marketplace. So we would go there every day and just talk to people and meet people, which was pretty much our whole purpose for being there. So, and then the bottom right picture is a picture of food. Many Americans, we like food. That is grilled chicken, or fried chicken, and rice. They had a lot of rice over there. It's pretty much their main, it's eaten with every meal. So we had a lot of rice. The guy in the top, left, right corner, is my right, so your left. Yeah, I'm probably confused. Is making a traditional dessert type thing called halwa. It's got some type of nut. I really don't know what it's made of, so didn't really talk to him about that. But it's really good, so I enjoyed that a lot. The lady in the black is a traditional Bedouin woman. That's a people group that we were trying to find mostly for missionaries. We did a lot of research for them, just trying to figure out where in the country their people group was. So we just helped them out going around the country, in different places, finding them. That's their national dress. So it's what a lot of women there, most women, covered their head. Actually, pretty much all of them. And some of them even covered their faces. And sometimes you would see them with just a little slit. Other times you wouldn't see anything. They'd just be black. So that was kind of creepy to me. The guys in the bottom, it's the men's dress. That's what the men wore there. So that's what sometimes we would wear. I have one at home, but I just didn't bring it. That's the culture there. Our ministry. We were in a town called Niswa, which was what they said was the cultural center of Oman. The arrow's pointing to it right there. That door is actually our house. So I took a picture of our house. So we would just go around the city and just meet people, like I said before. Just meet them and just talk to them about Jesus. All that good stuff. And we would sometimes go into their house. They'd invite us, have dinner with them. Other times we would just go play pool. They played a lot of pool. So we would just go hang out with them, again, just continue to share with them. How do we share the gospel? We did a lot of, well, we didn't really speak Arabic because we're Americans. It's not our language. So we learned Arabic. So we went to school sometimes 6 hours a day, sitting in a tiny room, just listening to a local from there speak in a language that we never heard before. Well, this is where it got hard for me. I was actually supposed to go to Russia. 3 days prior to departure for our countries, I got switched. Russia didn't accept my visa application, so they switched me to the Oman team. So we were there for 1 semester, the second semester of last year, school year. First semester we were here in the States. Again, just learning languages, learning culture, learning how to share with them, learning travel security and stuff. So first semester I spent learning Russian. And then second semester I had to go learn another language. So I do remember sitting in Arabic class there, and the guy goes, "Isaac, how do you say one?" I said, "Adin." He's like, "No, you're wrong." I'm like, "How is that wrong? That's one." He's like, "That's Russian." Sorry. So that was kind of a struggle for me, but God is really cool. He did some crazy stuff. I've been learning a lot. So in this picture, on your right, left, on your left, you see some guys sitting around some dominoes. They played dominoes over there. So we played a lot of dominoes at coffee shops and whatnot. The other picture is a group of our friends. We called it Mustache's Family because we met this guy that had a massive mustache on his face. We called him Mustache. That's his family, and they invited us to his house, their farm, to have a barbecue. So we like, yeah, we'll go, free food. That was always exciting to go meet a family. How do we speak to the people? As I said before, we did go into language class. This is our teacher. His name was Saeed. Really cool guy. You really got to like him a lot. He really liked us a lot. So we share with him as well, but as far as we know right now, he did not become a Christian. So we're still praying for him, and if you guys would pray for him as well, that'd be cool. Arabic videos. So when we got there, our RMs, missionaries, said, that's not what they said, but they said, this will help you. These videos are the Bible. There's like 12 videos, and each one had a Bible story in it. Some of them had Noah, or one of them had Noah, creation, all the way to Jesus, and then Jesus coming back. All in Arabic. So we would show things to people and be like, "Hey, we don't know what he said. Can you tell us what he said?" And then they would tell us like what it said, and we'd be like, "Oh, let me explain this to you." So that was one of the ways we shared. And throughout the 4 months we were there, we also tried learning in Arabic, but it didn't work. It was hard. Who did we share with? This is one of our good friends, Mahmoud. We met him at a coffee shop one night. We were walking out with another friend of ours, and I'm trying to think of he was sitting there with his group of friends, 3 or 4 friends, and he walks in, and we're walking out with Assalamu alaikum, which is peace be upon you in Arabic. He didn't respond with Walaikum Assalam, which is the greeting you say back to it. He said, "Hey, what's up, guys?" Like, well, it's not Arabic. We actually learned later on that he had been in Detroit for 3 years, going to college, and actually had gotten kicked out of the States for one of his friends had been talking about joining ISIS. So he wasn't like thinking about like joining. He was just like trying to figure out what they believe and stuff. Like most people now, what are they doing? But so they actually deported him back to Oman, and he told us a story. He said, "Yeah, I actually made made a bomb in a school parking lot just for fun. So yeah, I tried to impress the girls. Like, what? So, he was a crazy guy. So, we met him a lot. We met with him pretty much daily, as much as we could. We met him halfway through. So for the rest of the 2 months, we just shared with him continuously, supported him. We actually gave him a Bible. So he has a Bible. He has been reading it, and he has been asking me tons of questions while we were there. So, also, while we were there talking to him, he would stop, his blank face on his face, and his eyes would start to water. So we felt like he was really close, but also he did not know the Lord yet. So we're still holding on to that, knowing that he's really close. So we're praying for him still. Also, another guy that we met, that's Hytham. As I said, we played pool a lot. Hytham was a military guy, so we figured he wasn't that right of a military guy, so well, he was pretty. He was learning English, so also we would talk to him in Arabic, he would talk to us in English, and we would convey that also while we played pool, which was a fun night. So we would hang out with him and share with him in English. Sometimes we'd even get our smartphones out and be like, oh, he doesn't know this in English. So we type it, and then it would come out in Arabic. He would know. So we use translator apps a lot. So I'm still praying for him. Not sure how close we are. So this is going to be some pictures of us just having some fun. This bottom corner right here, you can see our whole team with our Arabic teacher. That's also us right there. Sorry, I'm shaky. My arms are still tight. And our team leader, our advocate, decided to climb through a jungle gym. So I decided to take a picture of him. He doesn't know I have it. The one next to that one would be us sitting at another barbecue with some friends. Just hanging out, again, just sharing. Every chance we got, we would share. We wouldn't pass it on to any. So we would even go to the supermarket, which is called Lulu's. That was right here. So we would go there and just walk around. It was like a mall. So we would just walk around and be like, hey, how are you tonight? And just push it to the Bible. That's us sitting in our car with our actual director of Fusion. He came over for a visit halfway through. So that was kind of nice to wind down with him, just talk about what's going through, or what we were going through for the first 2 months, and then halfway through we came over. And we got to show him to some of our friends. That was fun. They really liked him for some reason. Then we went to a place called Hungry Bunny. It's like the McDonald's here, but it's from Saudi. So it was kind of weird. They have weird Saudi music going on, and there's little kids. So we usually just went in there and got an ice cream and then left as soon as possible. So the desert. There's a ton of it. The picture of the camel is our advocate again, just sitting on a camel. He actually jumped up on that camel. I don't know what he was thinking. But the camel didn't like him so much and kind of bucked him off at first. And then he just jumped on him, but yeah, no camel, and then jumped right back off. The bottom picture is a picture of us on a sand dune. As you can see, it just goes on forever. There's a darker part to it. That's another hill of sand behind it. So it just keeps going. So we were up in the desert for a night or two, sliding down sand, which was pretty nasty because I had a lot of hair back then, and then it would get stuck in it, and it didn't come out all the way. And I'm pretty sure when I landed in the States coming home, it was still in there. So it was bad, but really fun. One of our friends decided to race a guy that actually lived there in the sand, or down the sand. all right, on your mark, say go. So they take off, and this guy's like gone. He took like 5 seconds, he's already down. My friend, goes down with him, and he hits the bottom, so it goes down and goes flat. Great story. So he's running, and he hits the flat part and just eats sand. His face first in the sand. So we're like, Becker, you okay? He's like, I just ate a gallon of sand. We're like, Jesus loves you. It was great. The top picture is a goat. So out in the middle of the desert, it's really random. This is actually like 8 o'clock in the morning, and we slept out in the desert. So this whole week, as I said, we did research to find a people group. So we went around the country for a whole week and just camped out wherever we could. So one morning I woke up and there was a goat pretty close to us, which is kind of weird. In America, you don't have goats just walking all around. So we're just like, why is there a goat right here? Again, under the tree, we would hang out with people. This is in a village called Adam. It was one of like the first main villages there. So they're like, call it Adams. I don't know. And then I just made that up. It sounded cool. So we went to this village quite often. It's probably 45 minutes away from our house. And we would meet with people, and then we would, as you can see, make food under the tree. Not really sure what kind of meat that was. I think it was goat. But so we had a lot of goat meat. It's pretty good. Get used to it. So we would there to chop up stuff and just put these mats down. And then you would just sit down on the ground. Me being a big tall guy, not hard, it's not that easy. Sit cross-legged for like an hour. So I'd be like, oh, I need to go over here for a second. And then I'd just legs be asleep. So then, this is Jabrin Castle. This is a castle that was probably made a long time ago. So yeah, there's all kinds of like forts and castles all around this country. So we would climb up in them, just hang out. We were supposed to be there, of course, so we don't break the rules. So that's actually my feet down there. I was taking a picture. The top picture of my feet is from the bottom on the other picture, if that makes sense. So it's pretty tall. I didn't fall off that one, so I didn't break my arms there. I can make those shirts now. Weddings. Weddings overseas in Oman are totally different than weddings here. They would be at a mosque, which is their church. And they would bring in the guy. We bring in the guy. That's fine. So like, okay, first wedding we go to, like, okay. We got like, they said a bunch of gibberish in Arabic that we didn't know. So like, we're probably gonna, no. But they would say like something. And he'd be like, no, which is yes, 3 times in Arabic. Saying yes to whatever I said. So then, like, oh good, well you're married now. So, and we're just like, well that was fun. So then they would give us food. And then we'd be like, oh yes, you will come sit in the special spot. You are our guests. So like, oh, great, more attention. So they would bring us another big plate of rice and chicken. There's a ram between us all. And we would eat. At first, when we started eating, I'm left-handed, and the left hand is considered unclean. So that was tough. I had to use my right arm. But got used to it. Now it's fun. So that was nice. Learned how to eat with the right hand. It's part of the culture. unexpected visitors. That's a scorpion. That was in our house. Our friend Mike, one of our guys, Micah, and I walked back home from the market one day, and one night, probably 10 o'clock. Man, I gotta go to the bathroom. Yeah, go do your thing. I'll be in bed. So he goes, and he yells. It's like, what is this? I'm like, it's a bathroom, dude. I mean, we have them in America. He goes, oh man, there's a scorpion in here. I'm like, dude, we gotta get that thing out of here. So we came up with this genius idea, dumping out the trash in our trash can, putting it over the scorpion, sliding a folder underneath it, flipping it over, and then we had a scorpion in the basket. So then we didn't know what to do with it, so we saved it home for our other friends. And our friend Ryan always wanted to see a scorpion while we were over there. So he's like, I gotta see a scorpion. So I'm like, okay, we'll save it for you. Like, he didn't know we had it. So we waited, and we're like, oh, Ryan, we have a present for you when you get home. He goes, oh, cool, what is it? I'm like, wait here. It'll be good. So we came back with the basket, and he saw the scorpion, and he's a guy about my size. This dude jumped up on a chair so fast. I'm like, dude, you said you wanted to see scorpions. He's like, not this close. I'm like, why don't you want to see them? They're tiny. And so then we killed it, threw a rock on top of it, so the scorpion is no more. That's a lizard on our friend Matt's shoulder. He was taking a selfie with it. He didn't have a selfie stick. So yeah, there was a bunch of animals in our house that we didn't know how it got there. Each night we'd come home and be like, oh, there's probably going to be a different animal here tonight. So let's get ready. One night there was a lizard. There's always lizards in our house. There was a scorpion. There was a camel spider. So like this thing's probably yay big. And it landed on Micah's arm while he was sleeping. Funniest thing I've ever heard. I'm just sitting here watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Micah starts screaming. There's a spider on my arm. I kept watching my movie. But yeah, so that was kind of random. Masira is an island that's off the coast of Oman, in the bay. That's a ferry that we took over there. If you can see it, that's our car that Matt's sitting on right there. He was reading a book on Ephesians. He was being theological. So we took this ferry over there, and they said, go to this island. It's a pretty nice island. It's like, cool. We'll go to this island. So we went to the island, and we met this guy on the boat. There he is. That's Micah talking with our friend. We met him on the boat, and so we're sharing with him about Jesus and stuff. We actually, in Micah's hand, there's a Bible. So we gave him a Bible. And as you can see in the picture, Micah's really happy. He's like, yeah, we just gave the guy a Bible. The other guy's not very happy. This guy was a police officer. So we had a little problem on the island. We got taken into a police station for about 6 hours one day. They let us go. And then they fed us squid and rice. So they wanted to, in their country, it's like dishonoring or something. Be like, they want to keep a good name for their country, right? So they're like, yes, please sign this and never do this again. Okay. And then they're like, oh, would you like lunch? Sure. Is it in a prison cell? That's too bad. And so, like, oh, you can come to our house, but it's worse. So yeah, they had us for lunch. Good guys, they were nice. The agriculture. So the palm trees are everywhere. There's tons of palm trees. The palm trees grow these things called dates. I really got to like dates over there, even though I don't go on many. So, yeah. In the middle picture is actually on the green castle that I showed you from the top of it. And then all those trees are dates, like date trees. Tons of dates. The stone picture, you're right, is actually the old castle again. And that's where they would store the dates back in the old time, back in the day. So that was kind of interesting. It's kind of dark in there, and the only reason it's lit up like that is because of my flash on my phone. So it was kind of eerie. I thought we were going to die in there too. Look at this one. Agriculture of the sea. See these white bags? We were driving past them. We were like, oh, they're collecting sand. I don't know why they got collected, because they got tons of it. They're collecting it. But we were wrong, and then we figured out that there was white stuff on the sand, and the white stuff was actually salt in the sea that had gone in. But they would bag it. I guess we would eat it. And so they would bag it. I never saw a bag of salt before, so I thought it was cool, and I took a picture. So then in the boat, those are fishermen. Those boats go pretty fast. We were on that bar, on a barge there. He was going faster than us. It was sad. So yeah, they would fish a lot. They ate a lot of fish, lots of chicken. So now Mom asked me if I want chicken for dinner, and I say no. So keep your chicken, it's good for you. Pray for Oman. And this is where I'll close. Right when we got there, we realized we were going to a Muslim country, and again we just started praying. That God would send us people, that we would find people that were open to the gospel, which we did. As you saw, we met two of our biggest supporters of us. So we shared with them, but our missionaries told us that picture Oman as a boulder, right? A big boulder, drop. And all the missionaries there are just workers picking away at it, hitting it, cracking it. So we're waiting for that big crack in it. There's actually a big population of Indians there, and we actually went to an Indian church over there. That was in English, that was nice. So just being able to worship with some believers over there, it's really nice. So yeah, just continue to pray for Oman, because there will be Omani leaders. The Bible says that whenever you try to come, nation will know the word of the Lord. Comes to know the word of the Lord soon, so that Jesus can come back. That would be fun. So yeah, you guys should just pray for Oman. That'd be great. So thank you for letting me share, and thank you for praying for me while I was over there. I really felt it. Really nice.
All right, we're going to give it just a moment, an opportunity for some questions, because you might want to ask him a few things, you know. But most of us know that all along he was planning to go to Russia. Okay, we're praying Russia until just right before, you know, we were set to leave. All of a sudden, so he's redirected, rerouted. So now you find yourself like in the Middle East, this country, and I'd just like to know. You finally get there, and you're just checking it out. You know, you got to be thinking, man, here I am in this country, Oman, in the Middle East. So what was your impact? What were you thinking at that time? Like here you are standing, just like you begin to see all these things, everything you see like on TV or things you read about, and heard about. But here it is, the real deal. And so what do you think? What do you think?
Pretty much what I'm thinking is, God, why'd you put me here? Most of us would, if that was the case. Yeah, I was just thinking why you're here, but then just continuing to pray and read the Word, just seeing that God does have a plan for everything, and just trusting Him with all that.
How about some questions? Anybody else have a question?
Yeah.
What would you comment on the spiritual state of Muslims? Are they, like in synagogue, we call them more cultural Muslims, where they don't
Yeah.
really read the Quran?
Yeah, it's a mixture there.
Sure.
Yeah, there's some that are like really devout, not really like isolated, but like they read, they pray, they do everything, Ramadan, all that. There's some that don't read, and then there's some like teenagers that still follow the well, but they say they're Muslim.
Couple questions. Did you ever go to jail because the Bible is illegal to share?
Yes,
Okay.
it is very legal.
So do they have Sharia law there?
I don't believe
Not
so.
quite that far.
I'm not sure.
There were people, are they open to listening to Americans or missionaries? Do they entertain the other ideologies?
They'll listen to you, but most of the time they'll be like you can share with them, and they'll be like, oh, that's not right.
But that's not
Yeah.
illegal to talk to them.
But if they ask, like,
Okay.
if you can like talk about culture. So I forgot this point. We would share with them about American culture, and then we would put the gospel in there, just as a way. Like we would ask them about their culture, and they would ask us, and then we would lay it out. So, as Americans, like all Christians, so we would just put that out there. So yeah. But yeah, it is illegal. We got lucky and just got released. Just to, they said don't do anything else here.
But you can possess a Bible, but you can't give one. out.
Yes.
Correct.
You can give one out if they ask for it.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. This is about the time in life when it starts mixing with Russian. So everything is Arabic, okay? Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam. Barak is how are you? Barak is how are you? Assalamu alaikum, as I said, is peace be upon you. Isa is Jesus. What? No. Or Iowa. So we would usually use the Iowa. That was easier to remember. So we would we got back in the States and someone would be like, so where are you going? I'm like, Iowa. They're like, no. I'm like, Iowa. Yes.
It being a Muslim country, but you were able to openly talk about Jesus?
We would have to be careful though. So we came in as students, like we could learn their language, and then we would just say we're Americans. This is our culture. But yeah, we would have to be careful still. Yeah, no. Yeah, they had to do like they would have, yeah.
Question, having known you as a little kid, kind of laid back and everything, you sort of casually threw in there and a couple of your statements, just, we could have died here, we could have died here. Did you ever really feel fear, or did you feel a lot of peace about being?
Lots of peace, actually. Most of the time when I said that, I was joking. I'm a pretty funny guy. Yeah, there was a lot of, it was really calm there, really nice. People heard that I was going to the building, so like, oh, be careful, it's crazy. But we got there and we were like, oh, it's not crazy over here. But yeah, we had to be careful still. There's still military driving around in cars, just everywhere. Nice.
Did anybody try to talk to you about conversion, or how did they know about getting?
Me and my friend Becker actually did have one guy try to convert us, which was kind of, you know, got hit by a car. But that's a different story. Yeah, we were sitting at this, they drank sugarcane juice. Nastiest drink I've ever drank. So he gave us this, he's like, I will buy this for you. I'm like, okay. And he was like, oh, you should be Muslim. So like we were talking we told him about Jesus and stuff. He's like, yes, we believe this. So you are Muslim? No, we're Christians. Follow Jesus. Like, no, you are Muslim. We're like, no, we're not. So, yeah, sometimes there'd be like, oh, if only you would be Muslim. Then you would know the right way to do it. A lot.
I feel like the 4 months you spent over there helped equip you for coming back and being able to share the gospel in any context, being more comfortable doing that?
Yeah, pretty much. Just being over there with the different people that you didn't know, somewhat easier. But just then you have to work and like let God work through you to bring the gospel to them. The same year, just not thinking they live in America, someone else will get them, someone else will talk to them about it. That was really pushed on my life, even over there, just because we're the only people that they may come in contact with that are Christian. So we manage that.
Did it like make you feel like you had an urgency while you were there?
Yeah, sure. Just a passion out. When we stepped off the plane, in country, we were like, we figured, like, we saw how lots of people were, we're like, got a lot of work to do. God, let's do this.
I think you mentioned going to a church where people were,
Yeah,
and they were Christians.
yes, they were, I believe, yeah, it was really cool. We're not really sure. We were kind of cautious about them though. We didn't know if they were like, we didn't tell them what we were doing. They were just continuing to say we were Christian or just students. But we didn't really tell them anything because we didn't know if they were with the country. Some churches over there, they would have to report if they found someone confessed. So we were just trying to be careful. They said be careful around them. So that makes sense.
How long your congregation was that?
They actually had like 2 different meetings. They were all packed. So
Hundreds, maybe?
150.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah, it was great.
Great.
Yeah.
We recite the Fusion Creed slowly.
The Fusion Creed. And the follower of Christ, I am called not to comfort or success, but to obedience. Consequently, my life is to be defined not by what I do, but by who I am. Henceforth, I proclaim his name without fear, follow him without regret, and serve him without compromise. Thus, to obey is my objective, to suffer is expected, his glory is learned. Therefore, to Christ alone be all power, all honor, and all glory, that the world may know. Amen. Where would I like to go next? Oh man. I'd actually like to go back. That would be cool. Just to go again and see some of our friends that we met there. Where else would I? I'm not sure. But yeah, I would want to go back by that. Yeah.
I was amazed that you spoke out into how's the recovery on your arms?
I'm doing good. Went back to the doctor a week ago tomorrow. They said bone was growing again, so praise the Lord for that. Sorry, I'm actually in physical therapy already. They're trying to stretch it out, get everything moving again since it didn't for 6 weeks. It's painful, but it's good. It's kind of painful, but it's kind of relieving. It's like, this hurts so good. You're breaking my arm, but it feels great. Thank you for asking. So we'll see where God leads, because He loves changing things up. Always in a picture. Thank you again, guys.
You know, one of the things that he told me was, on one of his recent visits to the doctor, he said, you know, doctor, will I be able to play the piano? And the doctor said, sure you can. Isaac said, that's great because I can't play before, so that's really good. No, that's not true. We're just excited. We're just excited. I mean, that the Lord would give him that experience. I mean, really. I mean, it's so easy to say, no, I'm not going to do that. I've got other plans. You know, I've got my American plans to do and to watch over me and to take care of me. And like what our pastor was talking about this morning, just to answer that call and say, yeah, I'm going. So there are others out here that probably need to do that same thing. We use the excuse, well, I can't go right now, I've got this going on, I'm too old, or this wouldn't work out, but that's not the case. Everybody can say yes. And we should. So let's pray for Isaac again, and we've got a family conference coming up in about 5 minutes after we break up. And we're just proud of them. We really are. We're proud of all of our kids who venture out, especially places like this. Just, to me, it's just amazing. And we're just delighted. You make us proud. Father, we are grateful that you purposed, even long ago, that Isaac would serve you in this way. And as a church, we are thrilled and proud that you've given that experience. And one that drew him closer to you, that opened up his eyes in ways that without this experience wouldn't have been so. And so continue to hone him and to grow him in serving you as he begins a new phase of education. Just allow him to have a good experience there. And to always be ready to give a defense of the hope that people will see in him. Use his unique humor in ways that will promote the gospel. Just thank you for his courage and boldness to do just that. So, just thank you again. This young man. Thank you for Christ. Really be with us all. In Jesus' name we pray. All right. So, in a few minutes, about 5 or 6 minutes, we'll continue to meet here. And those of you that are staying, will stay next time. See you next time.